For 15 years after leaving Chicago, I stayed mostly quiet in public ministry, but steady in spirit. I kept in touch with all three men who represented balance in my life: Bill Legler, Bill Severance, and, of course, my little buddy Frank. Each carried a different kind of wisdom that helped keep me centered. Little buddy Frank remained the prophetic mirror, the one who saw into patterns, dreams, and confirmations. He'd remind me of things I had said years earlier and show me how they were unfolding. He carried a strange calm that helped me see purpose in what looked like delay. Bill Severance was the pastoral anchor, practical, grounded, always reminding me that revelation means little if it doesn't turn into relationship. He'd remind me that ministry isn't a stage, it's a steady walk among people who may never understand what you carry. And then there was Bill Legler, someone who needed help more than direction. I gave him a computer and taught him how to use it. He had once been the spiritual editor of my hometown newspaper, and that made him a natural sounding board when I started writing my testimony about my Navy years. He had an editor's eye and a believer's heart. I drove down to Mount Hope every once in a while, but it had changed too. The awakening, the confirmations, knowing in my spirit that someday what I was doing in private would be made public. Those years were marked by signs, peaks, and valleys, learning to live the kingdom rather than proclaim it. No great awakenings came, but the Spirit kept confirming the old ones in smaller ways. A scripture that came alive again, a conversation that echoed something I had dreamed, a timing that only heaven could arrange. I was being seasoned, learning patience, humility, and endurance. The silence was not absence, it was preparation. I bought a house that needed work and put down roots. My dad went to be with Jesus, and I rented his house out as I held the mortgage. The work itself was ordinary, but carried its own rhythm of grace. I built and sold computers. I did payroll for Dow. I worked for the city of Saginaw, managing their stockroom. I managed a Tim Hortons. I was a food service manager at a charter school, and later a pastry baker at a country club. Finally, I became a truck driver, the hardest work of all, but the best paying. The road gave me long hours to think, to pray, and to listen. Every mile became another parable. The Lord was still writing, even in the silence. Sometimes the quiet years are the most productive, the ones that shape who you become before the next revelation arrives. And so I waited, faithful, steady, content, for the day the Lord would call my number.